Okay. So, hello. I hope everyone. Okay, we are live. So, hello guys. So, hello guys. Today we're going to build a Google clone. So, guys, you just give me a minute. So, Google, I think it's .com. Yeah. That's how it is. So this is what we're going to build today. Hello guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope if yeah, Ismail, how are you doing? How are you? Okay, as I said, today we're going to try and build this Google UI clone with everything here. Also make sure that it's responsive and so on. So eventually I will try and use this dev tool to help me, to guide me. So the first thing that we shall do, yeah, Ismail, I'm also doing well. I'm also doing well, good. Hope you enjoy the life. Okay, now the first thing that we're going to do here is eventually to create the project. So just create it. Let's say Google clone. So on inside, eventually we shall use here Tailwind and React. So I can just open my terminal here. Yeah, I'm using this PowerShell. I'm on window, so I think that I forgotten again the command I need to use. So let me go back to Vite. Here's it. Get set with npm. So copy that, paste it here. That's it. The project name is Google Chrome. Package name. We should do it in React. No TypeScript, but JavaScript. No. npm install run. That's all what you need. Yeah, Ismail, I hope that really that the life will impress you. So here is results. So eventually I run the application. So now what we are going to do is we're going to try and open it with either cursor or Visual Studio. But eventually I don't really know. I think that here I will choose VS Code, Visual Studio Code. That. Let me try go here. Open, sorry, open folder, here. Control C, what's it? Google. Yes, it. Yeah, yeah, Ismail. Yeah. No matter when you're done, you can just like send the link here. Eventually, if you host the personal blog with Next.js, it will be very interesting. So feel free to send it the result here so that we can check it. So now here is a code. Here is a project. Everything, and so on and so forth. Now the next step here is to install Tailwind. So first of all, I would like try to write all the steps down so that you guys can follow. So it's the first step that we're doing here, install React. The next thing is install Tailwind CSS. So eventually you can go directly to the official website of Tailwind. Close this guy. Say Tailwind CSS documentation. Here is it to install Tailwind. Here is the command that you're supposed to use: npm node package manager install Tailwind CSS. Where is it? So I can either continue to do it here on my terminal, or I can just go into Visual Studio Code and open the inbuilt terminal. Yeah, I'll paste what I have and install everything. So no vulnerability and everything is quite correct now. The next step here is eventually to go into the vid.config.ts file and add these two things. This import Tailwind from Tailwind vid CSS and add Tailwind CSS as plugin. So inside the array of this plugin. So now let me just copy these guys. Or let me just copy everything and just go and look for the file. Thing is here, paste it, eventually cut this guy, put him up, loading, and here cut this guy and delete everything. Okay. Eventually the AI completion already did the work for me. So let us wait and see how the calculation here. So so if you guys enjoy the live, don't forget to like and leave a comment if possible. So now the next step that we're going to do was still installing Tailwind. So here is we are going to go to our main CSS file and put this import there so that it works. So let me close also this, guys, everything here. The main CSS file is the index file here. So I'll delete everything and save it. So eventually I need to run my server, to run the application on here locally, and to do that is npm run there. And here's the thing here. Let me put it here on this side. You guys have seen that when I eventually deleted everything, the inside the index.css, the style eventually changed, so it was not like that and so on. So that's not what we want. So eventually we shall delete everything. Okay, I think now we are done. So the next step here is, I think we are done with Tailwind, installing Tailwind. That's all what we needed. So the next step here we're going to do is do some cleanup. So clean up. So we're going to delete all the boilerplates and make sure that, okay, we just leave the corresponding file or the files that will be helping us to do our code or to do the project. So yeah, you should need to be very cautious. So you need to first of all understand the structure of React project. So eventually in React there are files or there are folder. First of all, this folder is there to store all the files of the different libraries that you install. For example, one of the libraries that I did here is Tailwind. Here is the public file folder where we can store logos, image, or static image. That's what you see here. That's what you see here at the top. Here is the source. Source stands for the source code. So that's where basically we find the source code of the application of the React project. So now the next thing we're going to see, asset as per images, and here are the different files, app.css, app.jsx, and so on and so forth. And eventually here is the entry point. So let me start git ignore is just there to, if you want to push the code on GitHub, git ignore will just tell the git that, okay, you need to ignore these various files and so on. We have the index.html, which is basically the entry point for your React app. That's just it. So eventually it represents here is the title, as you guys can see here, and so on. So eventually here you export this app.jsx, and I think that is here. Okay, you export it from there. Is it that you export it? You import app and you show it here, and eventually this guy is being represented inside this code. So I will not like speak of it detailedly because here is it. So div, the ID here is root, and this is where everything is being rendered. That's just the basic understanding of React. So if you guys want a video, I'll probably make a YouTube video about it. So now let us move on and start coding. So I'll first of all delete this guy, delete this, delete also, leave this guy, but delete all the code here, save it. If I run back here, I think that nothing is going to show. So eventually what I'm going to do here is that let me open my whiteboard. I want to clone the app, the Google UI app, user interface. So now we're going to do some brainstorming so that you guys can really understand what I'm talking about. So open a new thing here. So you have to know that in React we work in terms of component. So eventually, as you guys can see, here's the app. So here's the user interface, and we want to represent all it, or we want to clone it, the first question you have to ask yourself is, what is the layout? How does the layout of the app looks like? And if you go into the element sites tab and you look in very well, you will see that here is the div that represents the whole layout of the user interface. So eventually, if I click here on Flex, you will see the different layout, and you understand with me that there are basically three components. There is the header, there is the main here, and there's also the footer. Yeah, I think that's all right. So eventually we have something like this. We have our header ish, we have our main M, and we have our footer. So we shall create three different components. So one for the header, one for the main, and one for the footer. So that's basically how we're going to work. So let me do that very fast. So yeah, I'll first of all try and create a further component. Now I will take inside that folder, I'll first of all create header .js, main is just the middle section, .js, and finally our footer .jsx. That's it. So now what I'm going to do is eventually I'll try and render everything, all these components inside my app, so that we can have something interesting. So let me first of all try and, I think it should be like this. I think, yeah. Correct. So yeah, I'm going to say hello world and see if it's working. Okay, yes, it's working. So I hope you guys are following. So now, yes, hello world that we have here. So now what I'll try to do, I'll try to render all these components on the screen, and I'll do that through the app component. So the first thing I'll do first of all is to write all the components. So let me copy this guy. Copy. Let me do for the header. Let me write header here. Sorry. Header. Don't forget that the spelling of component, the spelling convention of component is always with capital letter. So it's always beginning with a capital letter. So yeah, I'll just say header, and I'll say hello. Let me say, well, let me just leave it header. Header. That's it. And the next thing I'm going to do here is to that they're asking me to import something. I'll not import anything here. This guy. So do the same thing for main. So let me do main. Okay. Do the same thing for footer. The AI completion is not that bad. Good. So let me just say footer. Sorry. Footer, and here is supposed to suggest to me, yeah, footer, done. Okay. Now we're going to import all these three components. So basically footer, header, and main inside our app component. So the thing that we're going to do is like, oh, okay, let me delete this guy. I don't know why it's always asking me to import React. So the things that I don't want to import or any library that I will not use. So first of all, import sorry, let me take this header stuff, header. Header supposed to suggest from component. So the guy already, AI completion is not that bad. The guy already knew that I want to take the header, the footer, and import it. So let me just confirm it. What is it telling me to do here? It's telling me, it's giving me the right thing, but in the wrong position. So let me also remove this guy from main. Sometimes it can be disturbing and frustrating. So let me delete this guy. I think now it's better. So let me save it. So let me arrange the format. Okay, now is it. So here we have our 3 components. So header, main, and footer. So as is well represented here, so we have a header here, a footer, a footer down here, and a main. So eventually, just for design purpose, I'm going to make sure, give them borders so that I know exactly how to handle them one by one. So the first thing I'm going to do here is eventually go to the header and change this guy to header. Sorry, I want the header tab to be there. Good. Yeah, I want it to be main. Save. Yeah, I want it to be footer. So now we're going to give them some particular Tailwind styling. So yeah, I'll give them borders so that I can see exactly how they look like. So now I'll say, for example, border 2, border color, I'll give it green. So let me say 500 green. Is it? I'll prefer, let me say yellow. I hope you guys are seeing me. I'm not seeing anything. Let me see. This is a problem. So normally it's supposed to be yellow. I don't know. Okay, I think that there's a problem here. The number is supposed to be here. The syntax, there's a syntax level here. The number is supposed to be at the end. So here's it. Zoom it. Okay, now let's go now and do the same thing for the main content and the header. Yeah, same thing, but change the color. I'll put it red. Yeah, maybe blue. Personally, I like the color blue. So now here is it. So here is our content. So here we have our 3 blocks: header, main content, and footer. The objective here now is to make sure that we have this header to take this amount of, to make sure that the header, the main, and the footer should look like this. So to eventually look horizontally. So I don't know if how I can explain it, but here we shall talk about using flex layout. Let me just do some let's say flex layout. So here's the Tailwind documentation about it. So the objective is that we want all of them to, when we have our block here, we want all of them. So normally here's the original position. So here's what we have. Let's say like this. And it's not even taking the full weight of the screen of the viewport. So what we want to lift from this point to another point. So we want them to be like this, so main, and like this, so footer, main, and header. That's the objective. So to do that, we shall first of all go in here and use class name. The first thing we're going to say flex. Flex will make sure that they stand like this, so near each other. So now in flex we can either use justify content or item center. So here I'm going to use, I think, or justify content, maybe justify content. Justify, I want them to stand, I think vertically, horizontal. Because if I say justify center, it will be like this. They will go at the center, and that's not what I want. So eventually I will say the correct thing here is item center. Item center. Let me think. Okay, no. Flex is the correct thing. Now I'm going to, the thing is standing horizontally, so not is following the direction, because you have to take in consideration the flex direction. So there's the row direction and there's also the column direction, and here we're talking about the row direction. So I think here it's supposed to be flex col. I say something like this. Yeah, that's it. So you guys see that we have it like this, even though it's not that the same. So flex color, so we want to create, so flex color, we want that it should take the whole viewport. So now the thing that I'm going to use, I'll say flex color, and I will use justify. Let me say justify around. No, I'll say justify. I think is between. Okay, justify between. No, wait. We shall go down. Justify this thing is not working. Let me run this guy again. It's not working. Justify between. It's not how it's supposed to work. Okay. Let me try item. I don't know if there's no item in between. So item center. Okay, now justify between. Show that justify between. Now I think that now this guy will start at the top, so I think the header will start at the top, the main content will come here in the middle, and footer will stay at the bottom. So eventually we shall have something like this. Wow, it's not working. It's not working as I want. So let me see again. Dev blog. I am on. Hope you're doing well. So let me think again. Think flex call is correct. flex score is correct. Justify between is not working. So justify around. I don't know why it's not working. Normally it's supposed to separate everything. Maybe I made an error. But call center. Let me delete this guy. Let's see what's happening. Okay, now justify. Okay, justify in between is working. So now item center. Change this guy. Now item center. Oh, sorry. Okay. So put back flex score. Okay, justify around. So this guy. So okay, we have flex score. Now I'm supposed to make sure that the thing should cover the minimum height of the viewport. So I think probably I need to do that. But I thought I was supposed to do it at the end. Now I'm supposed to just like justify. Let me say item center for all the items to go to the center. Item center. Okay, with the item sign center. So because here's the center here. So now the next thing we're going to talk about, we want that the items to be to spread out through the viewport. So the thing that we're going to use here, I think, is justify. Justify. It's not center. I don't think it's center. Okay, center, correct. Justify. I would say justify between, because I want the header to stay at the top. So justify in between. Okay. Voila. Whoa. It's not easy. So now here's what we have. So I'll make sure that I'll change the boundaries. I don't want them to be on the content, instead on the outside div. I think it's correct. Okay, it's on the outside div. So let me just add some padding. So let's say padding 4. Okay, padding 4. So there's an issue here. Yes, at the top. Yeah, I want it to. So normally, I think now is correct. Everything is correct. So now I want that. So guys, give me a minute. Let me see again. Flex score, minimum size, item center. So let me give this guy a border so that we can see a border of 4. Border color, I will take green. So here's our border. So that's it. And yeah, I think that we're done. Yeah. So what I will do here next, I will go to the main. I want that the main to occupy everything. So I don't know. Let's see. try something here. It's doing the same thing. So normally I'm supposed to like images. Okay, I think I'm correct here. Okay, main. Okay, also correct here. So in the main, I will say flex scroll to make sure that the main covers the middle part, because my objective here was eventually so that you guys can see how everything is being covered and so on and so forth, like this. So if there's a way I can do it, I'm still thinking. Maybe it's header. Yeah, header. Maybe yeah. I think that I need to say also flex blocks. Let me say justify in between. No, justify around. Let me say item center. No, it's not still working. Stressing, but nevertheless we're going to continue with the design. So now the first thing I'm going to do here is to work with the header. So the first thing I'm going to here is to try and do this header. I'm going here. Here is the header. So eventually I'll just try and take a look at it inside the dev here. I think here's the header stuff. As you guys can see here, I cannot zoom it more than that. The header is made up of 1, 2, 3 div. So 3 different div. So what we're going to do, let me remove my snipping tool so that you guys understand it. Get this guy here. Okay. So now here is it that we can basically see it very well. Let me close this one. So here what I would here we're seeing that our header is having 3 div. So this div, this one, and this one. So we're going to create these 2 div, this 3 div, 1, 2, 3 inside header section. So let's just go in. Where's the header? Let me close this guy, and show this guy. Header, yeah, remove it. Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, our header. So we're going to create 3 div through 3 different div. So the first div here is no, I will not give you any class div. Say first div, save. Second div, save. Third div, save. So now, okay, now I see now this issue. So now you see that the div here are standing one after another, so it's going like in the vertical direction. So we want them to stand in the horizontal direction, so that we have one div here, one div, and one div here. So we want them to stand like this, one like we are seeing on this image here. So let me just delete this thing. So to do that, we shall use flex. So where's my flex? Yeah. So yeah, the first thing I will do is flex. All everyone is standing one by one. So we have div 1, div 2, div 3, and I will give them all of them a border just to make sure that wow, just for design purpose. So let's say border 2, border color blue. Okay. For the other ones, we're going to say, whatever with this div stuff, stepping, yeah, div, and also yeah, div. We're going to override. Yeah, completion is doing a great job. So let me close this one. So div, yeah. So yeah, I would say yellow. Yeah, I would say blue, red. So yeah, it's a three different div. I even forgot something that is very important. So the background color, so that you guys can, so this color here, so that you guys can really, so that you guys can have the impression of building something interesting. So now I don't know the color, the name of this color, so the name of the background color here. So to have the background color, what I will do is simply I'll come here, go to style, and look for the background color name so that I can have it. I don't know which color it is. Go here and yeah, also it's not there. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, I think it's here. It should be here, either here. Oh, I think it should either here. Image, static, style, font family, background color. So here is. Wow, background color. Here's it. None. Okay, here's the background color. So that's, you can basically change it. So I can copy, go and copy here and go left side. As you guys can see, they say body background color. So here's the background color. So copy here. That's it. And in my Tailwind, in my HTML file, in my project, I'll just go to the main Tailwind file. I will just create a class, a custom class that I will just call inside my header or inside my app.js component. So yeah, the class name will be bg Google background I will not say apply this one. I will just say take background color to be the color that we have. So we copy it. Now I go inside here, I go here, I just write bg, I think it's bg, the class name bg Google background. Save it. Yeah, we have that color. Here's the color. For us to see the text, I'll just say text white here. Text white. Okay, now we are done. So the next step we're going to do here, hope you guys are enjoying the live. Okay, the next step we're going to do here is try and continue building our header. So as I said, we have three different div. So div contains many people, so many things: Gmail, builder, and this guy. For the profile picture here, we have store and Google, Uber Google. So now to do that is pretty straightforward. We just go, we start here, we take our first div here, and inside it we go on to write I think this a tag for the links. Normally it's supposed to work. So you guys can see HFL equals to, let's say, h, save it, let me call it the thing here was über Google. Sorry, the thing was in the language is in German, so über Google just appeared. So the next thing I'm going to do here is go and do the same thing for this one. Copy, save, do the same thing for this one. Taking some time to paste. Oh, let's burn it so you guys can see very well. I don't know why it's taking so much time. I think store. Yeah, store. Store. Yes, that's it. Third one here is supposed to be. The third one here is supposed to have all of this. It's supposed to have Gmail, bill, and Gmail, builder, and all these two icons, and these two icons. So what I will do here, I will just say Gmail, sorry, Gmail, sorry, build, correct. We have now, let me say div for, let's say div for the, let's say to represent this icon here, to represent, oh, you guys are seeing, to represent this icon and this icon, let's say, let's call this more and call this profile picture. So I'll say more here, we shall work on that after, say div so profile picture, say picture, profile pic. So now we have everything done. So we have the structure. So now the next objective here is to make sure that this div, or this div should stand horizontally. So to do that is pretty straightforward. We go to the main box. All of them stands horizontally already. So now we want that all of them are already horizontal. So now the next thing we're going to do, let me first of all arrange the format here. Okay. The next thing we're going to do now here is to make sure that it should span them, and it's very difficult. So yeah, I'll say flex, let me say justify start, justify, I think it's start, and everything will go at the first position. It's not working. Oh, it's not working. Normally it's supposed to come here. Why is it not working? Let me remove it. say justify center. Maybe I'm doing inside the wrong div. Maybe it's flux, yeah. So now the right div is this blue guy that I'm trying to, the div here is red. So let me try. Red. Okay. So I want to say justify. Let me say around, see if it's even working. Nothing is working. So then there is a problem. So I don't really know what's the problem now. So I'm still thinking. Let me go to my app. Let me move this guy here. Okay, so here's the result. So the was code. Okay. Okay, everything's correct. I'll go back here and let me see, for example, Flexbox here. Good. Let me see. Okay, that's it. So why is it that this guy is not working? Let me see. Flex color. Let me say item. I think it's item sent. No. Let me open all these rules so that I can know exactly the correct syntax so that we can go very fast. So here are the various syntax. So here we have I think it's item start. Okay, I'll say item start. Item start. Start. Okay. I'll remove this guy and see. So item start. So now the problem here is the. Okay, I see. Let me try and create another div and see. The problem is the header because I'm doing inside the header. Get this guy and put inside here. Save it. Let me copy this guy. All of them. Put inside here. Save it. So now let me reformat everything. Okay, now I remove all the styling from the header. Now the next thing I'm going to do is a flex called item start. Let's see now. Justify around. Justify start. Let me say justify start. It's not working. I think that the error should be here, but I don't really know what's the error. Justify in between. Flex code is correct. Justify center. Okay. Let me remove center. Okay. Okay, now I see the problem. The problem was with justify, was with item center, and now I think, yeah, if I do flex. Wow, that's it. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted. Oh, okay. It was not that easy to have this result. So now I want that this main, as I was talking about, I want main to cover all this remaining space. So what I will do is like I'll go to main. Where's my main? Main, I'll say main flex grow. Flex grow. Okay. Here's it, as you guys can see. So now I will remove the green borders. Where's my editor? So now let me go here and remove the green borders. Okay, no more green borders. In the header, let me remove also the borders, so it's not more useful. Yeah. Okay, now let us focus on building the header to be nice. Okay. Now I'll go back to my header and close all this. So the objective here is, let me see, it's wrong, this guy. Okay. So now, as I said, we want first of all, let's put space in between the different components here. So now let us work first of all with this first two div. So Uber, let me see, where is Uber? Yeah, the main code here is, let me say here, there's the first div here. Okay, I need to put both of them inside one div so that it makes sense. Yes, I think so. So I don't like this AI thing when I'm let me remove it. Disable completion. It's disturbing. So now let me focus here on doing that. Bar space here. Okay, let me remove this guy and put inside this one and delete this one. Okay, now let me say space X here. Let's say 2. Now I created a space between them. So now if I say okay, now we have this. Let me remove the border here so that we can basically see how it's looking nice. Okay, here is it. You guys can see. Let me increase the text size. Let's say to XL. It's too big. Even when I stretch, it's too big. It's too big. It's too big. Let me say XL. Okay, XL is good. Now I want to create this space here. So to do that, let me say here. Let's say padding 4. Okay, here's the space. That's it. I want also to put the links. Then put the links. So here there are different links. So let's just close this guy. The first link here is go back. Let me click. Here's the first link about Uber Google. Let me cut it, copy it, and paste here. The second link here is store. Okay, now if I click here, we have a result. So the next thing we're going to do here is that there is an hover effect here. So if I remove this guy, you guys see that it's bush. It's too big. You guys see that when I hover here, I have a pointer and I have the text underlined. So yeah, to do that is pretty straightforward. I'll just say over underline. If I do it, okay, but it's doing it at the same time, so I want them to be independent. Got this guy. Say for example, class name here over underline. If I do it, okay, good. And here also class name over underline. Good. So everything is going as planned. So good. Okay. Now we are done here. So the next thing we're going to do is with this part. So next step is a third div. So you guys can see that in the third div, here is it. All the elements are on the left right hand side, so there's a space here, and the third div is covering all the space. So now let's go on to the third div. What I will do here, I will simply say what I think that here I will like let me leave default. Yeah, I'll simply say flex grow for the third div. Flex grow. You guys see that the third div just covered the rest of the space here. And I'll say padding for like this one at the beginning here. Okay, we have it here, and I want that all the elements, since we're in the flex box, I want all the elements to go to the right hand side. And to do that, we can use, I think it's item n. Item n is the correct guy. So I would say item n here. Items n. Okay. Oh, it's not working. Items and it's not the correct thing. Okay, let me try justify n. Okay, justify n was the correct thing. Justify n. So now I'll put some space in between the different items. Say on the x-axis. That's how I understand the thing. Okay, now we have it correct. So it's almost the same. So it's almost the same. Here is it. So let me zoom it. It's almost the same. Let me copy and move it. It's almost the same. So now what I'm going to do, I'll also do the same thing like here. I'll add a class name. So I wanted to put all of them in one div and just like, okay, have them underlined, but So let me just add class name here. Upper underline, underline, same thing here. Now let me go and copy the links, the different links. Here's it. Gmail and Bill. Cut. Paste. Same thing here. Cut. Copy, sorry. Paste. If I go. Yeah, it's not working because that's supposed to be below. Okay, now let me remove the border so you guys can see that we are almost there. Okay, here's the result. Okay, so and here is what we have. So here's what we have. You guys see that it's not that there's not that big difference. There's not that a big difference. Zoom. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's working. Okay. So I think that here we are done. Now it just remains this profile picture and more. So these two things. And we shall do it later. So now the next step we're going to do is focusing on the main section, or maybe do the footer first of all before going to the main section. Okay, let me just, before going to the main section, let me just first of all do this Google stuff. After do this, before going to the footer, let me do this Google stuff. After I'll go on and do this footer. See how it's working, because I have the impression the footer is responsive. Yeah, the footer is responsive. So we shall find a way to do that maybe at the end. So let's go on to the next part. Okay. Let me format it. Okay, that's it. So now let's go to the main section. Hope you guys are enjoying the live. The main section here. Close this guy, close this guy, close this guy. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go and analyze the main page, the page again, and we shall use our dev tool. Normally you're supposed to just press F12 on the screen, on the keyboard. So now let's go and look for this, which code corresponds to this section. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, yes, it's so. Okay, in the main section we have two parts. So in the main section we have two parts. See? Yep. Next. So we have this part and we have this part. So the first part and the second part. So let me copy this guy. So here's it. I'm changing so. Oh, sorry guys. You guys are writing comments, but sorry, I was I'm a little bit focused now. But yeah, I can answer your questions. My brother from India is asking me advice if you were starting IT from scratch. How will you plan everything? Will you share your roadmap? I think that I will do a YouTube video about it. So if I was starting IT from scratch, I would have first of all asked myself, do I really want to do IT? That's the first question. And if it's yes, which section or which field of IT really brings me interest or really interests me? Because the thing here is to make sure that you should not follow the population or the mass or the hype, because many people now like this want to be AI engineer, AI this, AI stuff, and all the rest. But I think that following the hype is not the correct way to make life decision, because if you want to say you want to work in IT, that is a decision that will be there for at least 10 months. So forget about the AI app hype. Focus on really asking yourself, do I really want to do IT or not? Look for the section or the field in IT that we really like, that will really please you. So me personally, what I like in IT is web development. So I'm there doing it, working every day, and it's really making me happy. So now Alexander is asking me, "What's up, man? Are you in German? Are you German? You are German? No, I'm not German, but ich kann Deutsch. Ja, ich kann Deutsch sprechen, aber ich bin nicht in Germany, in Deutschland geboren, so ich bin kein Deutscher. So, I think that was all. So I don't know if anyone has a question, feel free to ask now, because yeah, I'm looking now at the comments. Oh, just like justify and say item. To first of all understand the structure of React project. So okay, let us continue. So now the next thing I'm going to do is this part. So here we are going to do the same analysis. We see that we have two div, this number one and number two. So we just go in, say one and two. And don't forget that I'm doing all this without AI. So because today is like a privilege to code without AI. So let's go on, yeah, and do this thing. So let's say div one. Let's give it a border. Say border two, border color. Let's say blue, blue 500. Let's say one. Let me remove the border of the main section because we know already how it's looking like. So now let's go on to say one, yeah. So now let's go on to do two and say the second one here and say two, and let's change the color to red. Okay, now we are good. I think that this section is made up of three div. It's made up of three div. So one, two, and three. I think we're going to correct it here. So yeah, one, 1, 1, 2, and 3. So let me create another div here. I think it was, yeah, okay. 3 div. Okay, now we have a 3 div. Let me say the color here is green. Woo! So now the position of the 3 div are correct, I think. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to apply something interesting here. I'll first of all put them, all of them inside one div again. Yeah, it's true, I like divs. One div again. Format it. Okay, now in this div I will say flex. Okay. Let me say justify between. Okay. Let me say item center. Okay, it's not working. Start. It's not okay, so that's not the right one. So let me say flex call because I think it's here in the column direction. Okay. Okay, let me do this guy. So now I want that I want the third div to be right at the end, the second div to be in the middle, and the first div to be in at the top. So I think I did that here in app, and it was with justify between. Okay, let me write. Go to the main again. Justify between. It's not okay. Why it's not okay? Let me go to this and see the documentation. Divider center. Das war great. Specify content, okay. Specify between. Let's try again. This layout stuff, to understand it at the beginning is not easy. Okay, it's not correct. It's not. That's not how I want it. So I will this guy and put back my flex call. Okay. Item. Okay, let me check again. The different item. Yeah. Okay. I think that's align item. That's the correct thing. Yeah. Align item. Item start. Okay, here is it. Search. Okay, okay. Let me try with item center, item sketch. Is it default or item center, item ends? Let me try it even see item ends, see what's going on. So guys, I'm also trying to figure out the thing. Okay. Switch. Okay. So flex core. It's not okay. Okay. Now let's justify. Justify between. Center. Oh, it's not okay as I want. It's my yeah. Yeah, me too. I think that sometimes the suggestions or the completion are right, but sometimes it's like it's not that good. So I just deleted the thing. So I better figure it out myself. Everything and do it, figure it out myself. So I'm gonna see what do I do here. Flex, call, justify between. So maybe it's because of this div that it is here again. Justify. Go here. Flex. Okay. Now the grow is still there, I think. So let me put a border because I don't want to remove this grow effect. So now let me say justify between. I think now it will be okay. No, not between. Wow, good. So the problem here was because I added another div and it was not that. So it was working, but I couldn't see the result. Someone said that AI is going to replace us, and I'm just laughing. Wow, does not make it doesn't make any sense. So now we are done. So we have basically these three parts. So eventually I can just say, let me increase the padding here. Padding, say 8. Or I can even say flex grow. So the guy took up the space. So now let us work like this. So then the next thing that we're going to do is work on this logo. So where is this logo here? Yeah, okay. Okay, here's it. The logo is here. So here's the logo. So, ooh, it's long. It's pretty long. So here's the logo. So let me copy it. Copy the element. And let me paste it here. Okay. Let me now I hope you guys are really seeing the thing that we say when we talk about trust the process. So at the beginning when I was doing all these squares, colors and so on and so forth, someone could not easily understand what I was doing. So as a trust the process. So now I want the logo to be at the bottom here. So eventually here I will say flex first of all. Flex justify center. I think yes, just flex justify center. Save it. Center now. I want it to go at the bottom. I will say item and at least this one I can do. So it is at the bottom, really. It's at the bottom. So, but the thing is that if I do something like flex grow here. I said center, so n. So here's it. So, but I don't want to flex grow because when I do flex grow, all the other spaces are gone. So that's it. Now, what can I do here? Let me think. Okay. So now what I want to do here is, so as I said, let me copy this. So I want that everything to be evenly spaced. So as you guys can see here, 1, 2, 3. So that's my main objective here. So now the question is, how do I do it so that it really looks nice? So I don't know if you guys really understand what I'm talking about. So now the thing that I'm going to do here is pretty straightforward and easy. I will just try and create some div to make sure that everything really works correctly. So now I think that I'll first of all go and look for the grid stuff here. Grid. Look at the grid. It's template column. That's not what I'm looking for. Sorry. Nevertheless, if I don't see the grid, I can just try and figure it out myself. Justify center. Okay, yes, correct. Now here is justify in between. Let me say justify start. Okay. Say flex grow. Okay. So now it's too big because as you guys can see the space is not correct, so I don't really know how to do it. So let me check again here. So here's this space here. Here's it. Or should I just no? Look at the style here. Max height, max position, object width, bottom. Okay. So pretty interesting. Let me try flex code. I think what I can do is let me try something like MC item center. It's not what I want. Flex call. Let me go back to it. So I don't know if anyone has a suggestion. So the chat. It would be interesting for me to have it. Okay, we'll have it here for this guy. So it's pretty embarrassing now like this to do something like this because I don't know how. Sorry. So I don't really know how I'm going to do it. Okay. Let me try something. So let's say I want to give everyone a padding X of 4. It's not working. Okay. Something like this. Okay. Let me try and space every element. Say space x-axis 8, y-axis, okay, it's not what I want, okay, let me delete this guy and go here instead and say padding 8. So let's do quick on the design. It's right at the bottom. So let me check if I can have the padding here. Position, height, bottom, width, content. It's no padding. Okay, so I have the width here 98, 908, and height 900, 200, and so it was something like 980, 290. So what I can do again is just that I go here and give it fixed width. That's the only thing I can do. Fixed width and like something like fixed width and max width, something like that. So in that and max height, something like this. So I want that we shall simply take the full width here, and I will give it max width, so the maximum width that it can take, WH, to be, I think that 900 until was the width, or So let me just say 700 pixel, close it, go on here, get it, so okay, it's not what I want. Oh, say height 190 pixel. Oh, it's too low. Say 200 pixel. Let's say 10. Oh, the correct height is difficult. What's the height here? Yeah, the height is 290. 290. Okay. And the width here is, let's say full width. So W full does it. The height is too much, so I'm gonna reduce it to 100. I'll give it a fixed height. I know that when I will just try and test my, normally we're not supposed to be giving fixed height when coding, but just a matter of what I'm trying to do right now is, Ismail, I'm just trying to replicate this UI as you can see here. So let me continue with what I was doing. So now here I'm going to, here's the search bar, here's the empty space, search bar. How can I do it? It's even more complicated. So I will leave it like this. I'll go on and work on the footer first of all. When I'll go and finish the footer, I'll come back here. So now we go on to the footer. Here's the footer here. So okay. Here's what we want. So it's true that I already done it, so don't mind. Let me go on the light first of all. Put the light on. Okay, let us continue with this photo. So what I can see here is that we have two div, the first one here and the second one here, and inside it we have all this writing, so it's pretty simple to do it. So let me just write div one, sorry, div 2. Okay. See that flex box, let me put them so that they should stack vertically. So flex color. Okay, that's it. So now the first div here, the first div here just contain Deutschland, and I think that it is, no, okay, it's just a normal word and there's a space here. So let me just put that. Deutschland means Germany. Deutschland. There's a space, so I'll say padding, say class name, padding. Is there also a space above? No, the space here is bigger than the space above, so padding X will be like 4, and padding Y will be like 2. Okay, here is it. So after that we have an horizontal line, this line. So we have this line here. So to do that, I think that horizontal line is still the same thing. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's correct. Now the next thing we're going to do here is try to introduce all these guys here, and all of them are links. So see, all of them are links. So now what I will do is just like say for example A here. The first one here is, let me just put it here so I can copy. The first one here is put here. So the first one here is I forgot that this guy is responsive, so just take it and say I think that when a spreadsheet becomes horizontal, vertical, horizontal, when I put it like this, it's not more the same. So I don't know which size I should take. Let me take the first size, so horizontally. So let me just copy the names. We shall work on the div on the responsive after. So the first one here is purple. The second one here is undername. Okay, let me copy this guy. Copy. Paste. So now okay, now maybe I'll say class name underline, say over underline think now it's good. So now we have a different thing. So now also try to style it. Let's say space X, not space X of Elon Musk, but space X too. Let's say now we want let me check for responsiveness here. Okay, so when it's like this, everyone is vertical. When we shrink it, it climbs up. Okay, so let us check the original. It's in the middle, the space here in middle. Okay, space was above. So now what I will do here is I will take the same thing here, apply here. I think now it's going to work. Yeah, we have it. So now let me see responsiveness here. Responsive design, blah 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 blah. Medium screen, yeah, we know that. Tailwind. I would say, for example, medium. I don't know, yeah, medium screen. The small screen, small size. Medium screen. Okay. Let me say, so medium screen. Flex. Looks correct. I think now if I try to, oh, it's okay. Let me increase the space, the white, the space in between. Let me see for. Oh, now it's better. Okay, we are done. I think that now is oh, it's not good here. Screen size is not respected here, but nevertheless, let us continue. Okay. So, okay. Now it's good. So I'm gonna move the border. So now here we are done. Let's see if it's okay. Yeah, the color is dark. It's not the same as above. So yeah, I would say beige black. Okay, not bad. Not bad. So the next thing we're going to do now here is work on this part. I think that here is the most difficult part here. This middle section is very, you need to be really good at designing if you want to. So let me just take the screenshot. Let us be working on the design. So yeah, okay. So I don't know if anyone has a question, something like that. So guys, you guys should not forget to comment, to like, to support the channel, so on. So let me take some water. So now we are already done. So there's a small problem here. You guys can see that this text is bigger than this one here. So I need to change it. Yeah, what was it? I think it's a header component. I just go like change it. Where is it? Yeah, the text was XL. Put here, copy. Sorry. Copy on. Where's the main? Here's the main thing here. So yeah, I'll just say XL also so that we have the same size. Okay, that's it. We have the same size here. So that's it for that. Now let us go and work on the search bar and the rest. That will be really tough and pretty difficult. So now we are done with the footer. Now let's go on to the search bar. So to the main section. So here is our main section. Here is it. Wait, before going there, we can try and do something here so that it looks a little bit more like the real thing. So we have header here. So let me go back here and look for the images or the pictures of these different two things. So yeah, we have the thing here. Eventually what I want to do here is let me go full screen. So I'm looking for these two icons, D1 and this one here. So I'm looking how to create these two. So this profile stop. So I will here's it here. Here's where we're talking about. Here's it here. Okay, here's the navigation. Here's the first one, the second one, store, and here's the third div. Inside the third div, we have this guy here. And if I open it again, we have this one here, okay. And here we have the header. We have these guys, okay. We have these guys, so that's what I'm looking for. Let me see what's there. Okay, here is area and it's also S, and yeah, here's the SVG. So let me copy the element. Let me go. Sorry, yeah. So that's it. Now let's go here. So now where's my area? Where is it? Here is it. Here, build more. Okay. Yeah, what I will do is I will change it into a link first of all. Okay. Then I'll insert this guy here. What's the error here? Okay, the guy just copy everything. Image, static image. So delete this guy. Okay. Now let's see the result. It's not that because we're missing something here. So now so the problem is this image, so I need this image. And copy it. Okay, copy it, copy and this do this. So yeah, it's just the style of it. Let's see the results. Let's see the result. Ah, the result is not there. Or is it because it's white? Let me see. Is it because it's dark? So BG white, background color white. It's not see that. Oh, I don't really know how to do it. Image source. Image source. Okay. So let me try and download it. Let me download this guy. Download. There's no way to download it. On icon. Let me go here. Is it and put it inside my asset. So now what I will do here is so now this will be like, I think it's no component. No, I think it's asset. Abyss. Yeah, asset. Source. Asset. I think now it will be working. Still working. That's a problem. Yeah. Well, the image is black. Hi, Devasus from India. Nice meeting you. I say with one. It's as if the image is not even there. The image is not even there. So it's a border. The image is not even there. So let me delete this guy. Delete this guy. So let's save it. Now that's even the wrong tag. No, the correct tag of image is this guy. So it's image property and image this guy. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, here is it. Oh, let me say over effect white. So now if I go on here, I'll see. Oh, it's not even going. No, the space in between these guys are not that much. So let me increase even the. Sorry, white is supposed to be BG white. Sorry, so let me see what's the space again. Space X. I was saying it's X. Space X. Let me say it again. Let me say it. Okay, nice. Let us see how it's working here. Yeah, it's like gray effect. Like okay. Let me take a button. Yeah, I think I will do that with a button. So button. I'll create that effect circular with the button, and in the button I will say let's say green. let's say class name. So the button should be full rounded. Forgetting the class again, is rounded full. I think now it's correct. Oh, where's this guy? Save it. Let me cut this guy. Put inside here. Save it. Let me see. Background color here, red, so that I can see. Red 600. Let me copy everything here. Format. Okay. Okay. So we have the button is here. Okay. Let's see again. So I don't know why it's still red. So why is it still red? Oh, okay, no save it. Yeah. Okay, but as you guys can see, there's no, the overall effect is supposed to be like gray. Let me see and put overall effect. I think that, yeah, but let me forward check if the things changes. So it's nothing changes because it's not even being considered like a link, because normally it's supposed to be a link. So see, it's changing. So it's changing to a pointer. So there's something that I didn't do correct here. Let me forward put the over effect here. The over, when we are going to over, what is going to happen is we're going to have a, let's say, slate color. So let's say how are we going to call it again? BG slate, let's say 200. Voila. Good. Oh, let me reduce the intensity and put so. Let's say 100, and let me increase the padding. I think, yeah, the padding. Let's say padding 2 here. Okay, good. But it's too white. I'll just leave it like it's too much white. So now let us solve the problem with the link. I don't know if I have to put it inside, because the problem here is the button. So yeah, okay, I think I know how I will do it. Let us go back to this Tailwind stuff, and let's say button. I think that in buttons we have like fully rounded this. No, I want button. So what I want to do here is that I want to like make sure that the buttons, like the buttons to have like an effect. So you want the cursor when you're hovering the thing, we want the cursor to change to a particular color. Let me say it like that. So we want the cursor to change to a pointer. So that's the only thing that I want to do here. So I'm trying like to remember what was the command again. I think that the command could be let me say cursor, something like that. Okay, cursor pointer. Maybe it will work, maybe it will not work. So let's go back there and see what we have here. Oh, it's not still working. It's not still working. Now I think that I may ask ChatGPT. Let me put that thing. How to change from to a pointer when hovering. So that's basically the use of AI to help us to remember syntax we don't remember anymore or we don't have in head. The versus I am from Germany. Okay, yes, the guy said that cursor pointer, so thank you. So yeah, if I go here, ooh, wow, good. Now the next thing we're going to do is this profile picture stuff. This profile picture, this guy here is let's see, it cannot be hard, that hard. So let's go back. Yeah, where were we? Yeah. No, yeah. Let's go back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also yeah. Yeah. Let's put the flex so we can see. Okay. Yes, a guy. So first of all, we have the link. Oh, I even forgot. I have to put this, but I'll just leave it. So now we have the link to our account. You guys can see here. Yeah, here's a picture. I think here is a circle. Yeah, okay, let me copy this guy. Let's go. Here's a profile picture. Okay. Now let us go back. Yeah, the circle. Here's a profile picture. Okay. Okay, here's a profile picture. Where is the source? Oh, there's an L. Oh yeah, this one. Let me try again. Okay, here's my picture. Small. Let's download it. It's a profile pic. Profile. Let's go. Oh, put it inside. Okay. I think that we have everything we need. But let me see a little bit how the guy they managed to have this circle, this multicolor circle on the profile picture. So here's the profile picture. Here's the circle. So all of them are inside. They're not inside one div. They're just there. They're not inside one div. So the div, this one. Where is this guy? Where's this guy? Okay. Yeah, they're inside one div. So so one div. So I'll create a div, I'll create also a link, hr. Okay, let's see how I'll do it. So yes, we'll do a div. Now I'll create a link. It's a link, yeah. The link, yeah, will lead to my. What's the link here? Here's the link. No, where's the link? Here's the link. Okay, here's it. Copy it, and paste it here. Okay, and let me see if they like wrote something there. No, they wrote nothing. So because a, so here's it. So a class is just like a class, nothing's been written there. So what is this? Now the image is inside the link. So let me go now. Take my image. So open this guy. So use the image tag. I don't need to precise it. So yeah, I'll say profile homepage. Okay. Think now we can check and see how it looks like. Oh, the app crashed. I'm sure it's because of this guy. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, we have it. Good. Now we want to. I want this circle, this round circle. I don't know if you guys can see this circle with multiple colors. On this circle with multiple colors. So let me see how they did it. Here is it. It ends here. So there's another div for the SFG, FGSM, FG, FF, sorry, SVG, sorry. Circle. So it. Let me try and copy these guys. So I don't think it will work. Let me ask ChatGPT. Meanwhile, if you guys have any question and enjoy the live, don't forget to like, comment, and let me know. No, I didn't ask you to change what I was doing. So it's true that the guy just like. So let me take in consideration what he's proposing. The guy just spoiled everything. Oh, I don't know how to do that round circle, so sorry. I don't know if I have to put it. I don't know. wanted to do it. So, but I think that we're going to do something else. We're going to continue somewhere. So nevertheless, it's not bad. So now what I could do now here is arrange the formatting. Okay, we are done. Now let me say target blank here so that it opens on the next window. Blank. Copy it. Everywhere I see a I will leave it here. Builder. Store. Store. Okay, now we are done. So here is it, and if I click on it, another window will open. So another tab will open. Sorry. So we even wrote to me. Did I receive any important mail? No. So that's it. So now the next step we're going to do is go and do this stuff, these peers. That is the most difficult part here. It's really difficult. So now let's go and brainstorm about this. I think that will be the last part, and we are done for today. I will be done for today. So let me also put my screen here. Okay. So, okay, now it's good. Hope you guys are seeing. I hope you guys are enjoying the live. If there's any question, don't forget to like, comment, and yeah, we're there to enjoy, to make programming look good again, make programming great again. So now what we're going to deal with is this part. Pretty difficult because there's no input box that looks like this. So let us go again and look at the code here. I'll put here. Yeah, where is this guy? Yeah. Okay, yeah, here's the guy. Anywhere I see flex, I'll just click on flex. So flex guy. Here's it. Flex. Flex. Okay, here's it. Flex. 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 Okay. I think that we are okay for now. Let me screenshot it. So, that being said, let us do some work. So eventually, as you guys can see here, we have a div, an outer div. Yeah, I think that it should be this one. Let me comment it like search box. So we have an outer div. Sorry, and we have this form, and we have also these buttons. So now the question is, how do I do it. The first thing we are going to do is that you are going to analyze it. We are going to use analyze it. You guys can see that the the Google form is separated, so it has different div. So this is the first div. Sorry, the Google search bar has different div. The first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the sixth one. So when I'm speaking of div, I'm speaking of HTML elements, so that we should not get confusing. So now the first thing I'm going to do here is, first of all, I will use it because since while it is a search bar and the main functionality of a search bar is to send information, so the information that is put inside the search bar is being sent to the server or something like that, so that you can receive result. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to use the form. And normally here the form is supposed to be like get something like that, to go and get the information. So I will leave it like that. Let me say, for example, class name, because we'll be multiplying it. So now the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to divide the thing into three sections. So I'm going to divide it into three sections. Let me take the screenshot again so you guys can see better. So as I said, I'm going to divide it into three sections. So three different HTML elements. So the first section will be this part with this icon and so on. The second section will be this part here, second one, and the last section will be this part. That's how we're going to work it. So let's go on to the first section. The first section here is let's call it the left side. So now how are we going to do it? So now let me just try and zoom it. This part here, I'm going to use a button. So use a button that will help me to, like, yeah, do it very well. That's just it. And the icon here will be an SVG, and that's how it will work. It shall work. So let me say button. Yeah. Okay. I saw that Ismail, you are laughing. So what's funny? So the button here SV. Let me see. Let me give it a color. It's a background color. Is it text color? No, background color. Yeah, but basic color. Let's say red, thick red. So 900. It's not even visible. There's a problem here. Let's see again. Let's say yellow. Hi. Okay. Here's our button. Let's see. Red. Okay, yes, our button. So now let me close this guy. I don't really like, because as you can see on the image, all the elements are centered. So now to do that, I need to do some modification on the parent div, which is the form here. And the first modification I will do is, first of all, try and bring some I want the element to be in the middle, so to like horizontally center himself. So now to do that, let me think that I would use MX Auto. Okay, that's it. The next thing I'm going to do here, it's very important. I will put all of them, because to leave them single like this, it was not nice. So all the elements that I will create here, the 1, 2, and the 3 that div, I'll put them inside another div. Okay, we shall call it, for example, the main div. Okay, now let me format it. Okay, now it looks pretty. That's it. So now let's go on to the input. So input section, input section. Yeah, what I'm going to use is the input field. Input, so input. Yes, text. That's it. And that you guys not that visible. Yeah, that's the input. And the next thing I'm going to do here is the, let's say, right section, right side. On the right side will be, I think it's div, so let's say right. Okay, that's it. So now we have input, right side, and so on and so forth. So now what I'm going to do here is pretty straightforward. I'll start by styling I'll start by styling the button. So the first section here. So now what I'm going to do is yeah, okay, I think yeah, I'll first of all say class name flex. Okay, you guys see that now we have an input, we have the left side, and we have the right hand side. If I can zoom it, yeah. So input, left hand side, right hand side. So the next thing I'm going to say is item center, so that the thing should be really at the center. So item center, and afterward I'm going to try and give it some height and like make sure that everything is really working as wanted. So now let's say height, let's say 12. Let's see. 12 is, I think that 12 is not a good let's say 15. Okay, we have height 15, we have space here, right side, left side. Then put the left side, so that is left side. Whoa, this thing is difficult. It's pretty difficult. I now understand why people like, there's too much details to take in consideration. So guys, give me a minute. Okay, now let us continue. Left hand side. So the left hand side is basically a button. So the objective here is simply to make sure that the button reflects what we are going to talk about. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I will give him a, make sure that the parameter, yeah, guys, give me a minute. So now, first of all, inside the button, there's, as you guys, there's this icon that I'm supposed to take in consideration. This icon here. I know that it's already dark, so let me just continue. Or maybe we shall continue tomorrow, because I can see that there's not that much people. So maybe tomorrow I'm going to continue, and it's already dark. But basically, what I wanted to do here is pretty straightforward. Yeah, let me just tie the button and we shall move forward, and we shall end the live. So the first thing I'm going to do is, first of all, name the type of the button. The second thing, give it the area label, and that's it. So the button, the type is eventually button. The area label is search. So area label is search. So because yeah, it's going to have this. Sorry. Area label is search. And now the styling. Okay, now in the styling, what I'm going to do is very straightforward. Let me first of all insert this icon here. Let me look for it. Sorry. Okay. 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 Yes. Let me copy it. Where is it? Oh, it's inside this button. Okay. So now we're going to style it very well. So now let's say we give it a width of 12 for it to be even. Give it also a height of 12. Save it. Okay, here's it. The next thing we're going to do here now is to make sure that we're going to give it a color. So that's it. Let's say text color, let's say blue. Let's say blue. Blue 500. Shoulder is not even visible, so doing that. Blue. Let's say blue. Red. Let's say red. Maybe it will be more visible. 500. That's it. So now the next thing we're going to do here is make sure that we're going to reduce the height because the height is too big. So I'm already that. So let me give it 10. Let me give it 5. Yeah. Okay. 5. I think that 5 is the correct thing. So guys, I will leave it like that, and I will continue tomorrow because I'm already tired. So I hope you guys enjoy the live, and we shall catch up all tomorrow. Tomorrow will be part 2 when I'll finish everything. So we should